Okay. So a magic square is when, so this is nowhere. So on the back of one of your sheets, just draw this square. It's a 4x4 grid. Okay, 4x4 grid. And these are the numbers that are given. So the numbers that are given, top left is 25, and then it's blank 12, 7, then blank 8, blank 2, and then blank 10, 3, blank, and the last is 4, and then the rest are blank. Just the back of one of your sheets. Take this out, please, Julia. Thank you. Okay, so a magic square is when all the diagonals, rows, and columns add to the same number. So it's different than a Sudoku. It's just that they're all of the same sum. So I'm telling you now that in this magic square, all rows, columns, and diagonals add to 45. Now often, they might not tell you what it adds to. Maybe one of the rows or one of the columns is completed for you already, so you could figure out what they should all add to. Okay? So what could I figure out? Grab one of each, guys. Could we figure out any of the boxes right now, right off the bat? The very first line. Okay, so we know 25 plus something plus 12 plus 7 should add to 45. Okay, so what is 25 plus 12 plus 7 equal? Well, 25 plus 12 is 37. 37 plus 7 is 44. So what does this one have to be? A 1. Okay, now what could we figure out? The vertical one, the column here, we know this adds to 45. So we have 10 plus 8 plus 1 is 19. 19 plus what is 45? 26. Good. Okay, what else could we figure out? The diagonal. We have a diagonal here. 25, 8, 3, and something adds to 45. 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 25 is 36. 36 plus what is 45? 9. Yep. 9. Okay, so you go 45 minus those other 3 added together would give you the 9. Okay, the bottom row, 26 plus 4, 30. 30 plus 9 is 39. So it has to be a 6. What else could we figure out now? The other diagonal. Okay, let's do the other diagonal. We have 4 plus 10 is 14. Plus 7 is 21. 21 plus what is 45? 21 plus 24 equals 45. Okay, now the other ones are easy. If I want to do this row, 24 plus 2 and 8 is 34. 34 plus what is 45? What was it? 11? Okay. And again, we could do this row here. 25 plus 11. Hey, Maddie. Are you going to need a chair? Do you need a chair?
No.
You sure? Okay. So here, 25 plus 11. 36 plus 4. 40. So this would be a 5. And then the last one, what does the last box have to be? 27. It should work not only with this row, but also with this column. And that's a magic square. Okay, easy enough. Sometimes a magic square is going to look like this, where you have to put the numbers in. So those are your numbers, and all the diagonals, rows, and columns should add up to 15. Do you want to give it a try? See if you can solve that on the back of one of your sheets. Puzzles are fun. They're good for you. Okay, so what I would like you to do is, there's a Sudoku that you just grabbed, and I'm going to show you a movie, because I think that's the best way to show you. Let's open the link. You'll see. How do I? Okay. All right.
Sudoku for Fun and Profit
Okay,
by
so
Amy Jones.
this lady's going to explain to you some of the strategy for solving a Sudoku. It's a recording. You're recording this?
We need to understand the
Okay, so
Sudoku
could you listen
board
up?
and how the game works. First, we'll be referring to one of the 81 squares on the board as a square. We'll be looking at columns and also rows. Each 9-block grid here, separated by the dark black lines, we will call a box. Now the rule of Sudoku says that you'll put one of each of the 9 digits 1 through 9 in each square in the boxes. You'll also put one of each digit in the columns and one of each digit in every row. For example, I have 9 ones sitting here. If I put 1 in this square, I can't put another 1 in any other square in this column or in this row. I can also not put this one in any of these squares within this box. Anywhere else is fine, just not inside this box, this column, or this row. So let's solve our first puzzle. My first technique involves looking at columns of boxes, in other words, this 1/3 of the grid, or rows of boxes, such as this 1/3 of the grid. And when I look at those, I simply try to identify 2 of the same digit in those columns of boxes or rows of boxes. So the first one I want to identify is this 4 and this 4. I'm using some what we call Easy Teach software to illustrate how I solve these problems. So with this 4 right here, I can't put another 4 in this column or in this box. I can't put another 4 in this column or in this box. I know that I need a 4 in this box, but because these 2 columns have been eliminated, I need to choose this column. If I looked up here, I would notice that there's already a 4 in this row. That leaves one spot for my 4. There we go. The second place I'm going to look at is this set of boxes. I notice there's a 7 here and a 7 here. That means I can't put another 7 in this row, and I can't put another 7 in this row. I'll need to put a 7 in this spot or this spot. And you probably already noticed that there's a 7 above that. So we'll put the 7 here and fill it with orange. The next one we'll look at will have to do with this row of boxes. And this time we'll notice that there are 2 5s. Again, I can't put a 5 in this row or this row, but I can put one right here. And finally, let's look at the last 2 very, very quickly. I can put a 9 in this spot because a 9 has already been selected for these 2 rows and in this column. So we'll put a 9 here. And the last one we'll do is look at these 3 and focus on the 2s. So we know the 2 has to go here. So that's my first technique, and I can fill in quite a few squares that way. In fact, there's more on the board that you can see probably right now. So my second technique involves looking at boxes or columns or rows that have 5 or more digits in them. In this column, we have 5 digits. So what I want to do is see, first of all, what are the other digits that we need to fill in? And are there any that we can fill in right away? For instance, the number 1 can't go here or here because there's already a 1 in this square. 1 could go here or here, and it's hard to tell from these rows which one would be best. So we'll hold off on the 1, but we know there's going to be a 1 in this one. We can set it aside. There's already a 2 in this column. There's already a 3 in this column, but we do need a 4. We can put a 4 here or here, but not here because there's 1 in this row. We could put 1 here. So we didn't get any help with the 4s either, but we'll set it aside because we know it's going to fit in here sometime. The next one we'll look at, of course, is 5, and it's there. The 6. The 6 cannot go here or here because it's already there. Can the 6 go here? Yes. Or here? Yep. So we aren't sure where the 6 is going to go. The last number, because 7 and 8 are already taken, is the 9. So let's see if we can figure out where the 9 goes. The 9 can't go in these 2 bottom spaces because there's already a 9 in this box. 9 could go here or here. But our row shows us that there's already 1 in that row, which means the only place for the 9 to go is here. And if you remember, 1 could not go here or here, and there's only 1 spot left for the 1. Now how about that 4 and that 6? Well, the 4 can't go here, but it can go there. Couldn't go there. Oops, there we go. Couldn't go here because of the 4 there, and that leaves this for the 6. Now, this square right here, this box right here, has all but 2 filled in. So chances are pretty good that we can figure out what goes there. I just start counting through. There's the 1, the 2, the 3 can go here or here. So let's pull a 3 aside. 4, 5 could go here or here. There's already 1 in this column, which means the 5 goes right there, 3 goes there. So to sum up, my 2 techniques, the one where you look at columns or rows of boxes and pick out 2 that are alike in order to fill in the 3rd, or find columns or rows or boxes that have 5 or more digits in them. It's a good way to solve beginner and intermediate Sudoku puzzles. I hope you've learned a little.
Helpful? Yes, no? Okay, do you want to, should we finish this one off together? Did some of you already finish it off? Or no? Okay, okay, so like for example, we can use that strategy. I see a 2 in this box, a 2 in this box. So I know I need a 2 in this box up here, the third one, because the first 2 rows are taken, the 2 has to go on the top or bottom. Do we know which one it could go into at this point? Looking at the row, it could go in this one, and it could go in that one. So the 2, we couldn't solve that one. So sometimes we have to go back to one. What's another set of numbers we could do? 6? Which 6? No? No, you could, maybe. No, I don't see where we can work on. Well, we know, let's see here. There's a 6 here, a 6 there, so we need a 6 in one of these two. So which one does it go into, the top or the bottom? The top, because we have a 6 already in that row. Okay, so there's a 6. Let's see if we, don't know if we could do any more 6s right now. What else could we do? Is there any other ones? There are more, for sure. 9s are done in that. 9s are done there. How about 9? Let's see. 9, we have a 9. So we need a 9, 1, 2, 3. Can't go in this one. Could go in either or, so that's no help. How about 9 here? So 9s are, we have a 9 in this row and this row. So, and these 3 boxes each need a 9. The middle one's missing a 9. Where does it have to go? Beside the 4. Right? Do you see there's a 9 in this one? That's my phone. No, it's, sorry guys. It's, I don't know why that's on. Trimble. Okay. So there's our 9. So now maybe we can do the last 9, because we just did these rows of 9s. Let's do these columns of 9, these 3 sets of boxes. So this box, now this box needs one. This row and this row already have a 9, so it's going to be in the top or the bottom. Which one does it have to go in? This top or the top, because the bottom row already has a 9, so this guy has to be a 9 as well. Okay, maybe I'm going to look at this row. The numbers 1 through 9 have to go in this. So what numbers am I missing? We have 2, 3, 3 and 8. Okay, so looking 3 and 8, are 3 and 8 in any of these? No. So we're stuck. We can't figure out the 3 and 8 just yet. Okay, and going, and then we just continue with that strategy, try and pick another 2 numbers then, until we can actually fill in the whole box. Maybe I'll start with this row here. We're missing the numbers 3, 4, and 7. Okay, 7 can't go in this box because it's right here already in this 3 by 3 grid. It could go here because there's nothing in this row that's a 7 or column that's a 7, and there's no 7s here. If I look here, again, 7 could go there. There's nothing in the box or in the column, so that doesn't help us. We're also missing a 4, right? 4 is already in this box here, so it can't go here. 4 could go here. Could it go there? Nope, can't go there. 4 can't go there, can't go there, so it has to go here. Yes. Which one? Yours is this? Oh, that's a typo. Can you change that to a 5? Sorry. Hopefully you didn't go ahead then. That's a 5. That's me typing it out because I tried to recreate it. Sorry. That's why you were confused? Sorry. Yeah. apologize. That should have been definitely a 5. That makes more sense probably now. Okay, so this row again. Oh yeah, we couldn't do the 3 or 4, but we were working on this row. Here we still need a 3. 3 can't go, could go here, and could go here, so that doesn't help us. We're also missing a 7, so let's check the 7 again. No luck, so we're stuck on this one. Okay. All right, so I want to move on from this. Do you feel there's a few Sudokus I want you to work through today and practice, and then if you need help, I can help you with more. But let's just close this. There's one more thing I want to look at before we move on. Okay. Oh, there's a couple Sudokus in your workbook. And that's this logic puzzle. Okay, so we looked at logic puzzles last day. And that's where we put X's in if it can't be something and check marks if it can be, right? So here's a very, very beginner, and you should have this handout. Beginner one. 3 girls visit the zoo. Can you find their favorite animal, what lolly they had to eat, and whom they went with? Lolly. Okay, so there's Ellie, Emily, Jessica. Their animals were elephant, zebras, and giraffes that were their favorites. Grunge, Plooper, and Zinger are the lollies. Lollipop, I'm guessing. Flavor? I guess so. And then who they went with. So if they went their aunt, grandma, or mom to the zoo. Okay? So Ellie went to the zoo with her grandma, but did not have a Zinger. So right away, what can we do? She went with her grandma. So Ellie, we need to find Ellie, and so here's grandma, and where's Ellie's name? We have to find animal, lolly, Ellie. There it is. Thank you. So there's girl with. Okay. So right away, if that's a check mark, what does that mean? It's taken. So Ellie is not going with her aunt or mom, and that Emily and Jessica are not going with their grandmother. So we would cross out those ones. It also said in that first side, she did not have a Zinger. So Ellie and Lolly, girl and Lolly, Ellie did not have a Zinger. Did you want to try and solve the rest? Or together? Let's go together. Okay. Mom went with the girl whose favorite animal was the elephant. So you see, we have to find with an animal. So Mom went with the elephant. The girl whose favorite was the elephant. So we can cross off the other animals for Mom. And we know that Aunt and Grandma, whoever they went with, they did not favorite the elephant because they only have one favorite. The girl whose favorite was the giraffe did not have a plooper. So giraffe, so lolly and animal are here. So giraffes did not have a plooper. The aunt bought a grunge for the child she took to the zoo. So let's go to that first. So the lolly and with. So with and lolly. Aunt. Here's with and lolly. Right, this box right here. So the aunt bought a grunge. So aunt is a grunge. So we can cross off these ones and as well as these ones. The aunt bought a grunge for the child she took to the zoo. This was not Jessica. So right away we know aunt was not Jessica. So aunt, who's with? Where's with? Aunt, with, and girl. Here we go. Aunt is not Jessica, right? Not Jessica. So that means that who did Jessica go with? Her mom. Which means Emily went with her aunt. Okay, so now with that information, now we know that Ellie so far is with her grandma. Emily is with her aunt. And Jessica is with mom. We can go back to those clues and see if that gives us any more information now that we know that those people are associated with who they went with. So the first one, Ellie went to the zoo with her grandma but did not have Zinger. That doesn't help. Mom went with the girl whose favorite animal was an elephant. So what does that mean? Who went with Mom? Jessica was an elephant. So Jessica's favorite animal was an elephant. So Jessica's favorite was the elephant. So then we can cross off the other animals for Jessica, as well as the other girls are not the elephant. Okay. The girl whose favorite was the giraffe, which we don't know yet, did not have a pooper. Okay. The aunt bought a grunge for the child she took to the zoo. So the aunt, who did the aunt take? Emily. So that means the aunt bought Emily a grunge. So Emily had the grunge. Lollipops for girl, grunge. So Emily had the grunge. So we can, Emily had the grunge lollipop. So if we check off Emily as the grunge, that means Ellie and Jessica did not. So what does that mean? Ellie had what? If you look at this 3x3, she had the plooper. What a name. The plooper, meaning that crosses off pooper for Jessica. Therefore, Jessica had she had the zinger. Okay, we just need the animals now. We're almost done. Oh, what did I do? Who had the zinger? I messed these up, didn't I? Uh-oh. It's a lollipop flavor. And Emily had the zinger? No, the grunge. Good. And Jessica had the zinger. Okay, going back. Ellie that went to the zoo with her grandma but did not have a zinger. Well, we know Jessica had a zinger, so we're good there. Mom went with the girl whose favorite animal was the elephant. Well, we got everything out of that. The girls whose favorite was the giraffe. Do we know that yet? Did not have a plooper. We could probably figure something out from that. Because the girl whose favorite was the giraffe did not have a plooper. Who had the plooper? Ellie. So then Emily or Jessica liked the giraffe, right? Because the girl right? So if Emily or Jessica had the plooper or didn't have the plooper, that means, but Ellie had, or Jessica likes the elephant, that means Emily likes the giraffe. You guys with me? You're with me? Okay, so Ellie likes the giraffe. Meaning who likes the zebra? No. Emily. No. I checked that off wrong. Whoa. Let's try that again. The girl whose favorite was the giraffe did not have the plooper. Okay, so Emily or Jessica did not have the plooper, so Emily liked the giraffe, or the giraffe. Emily liked the giraffe. Correct? Okay, good. Meaning Ellie liked the zebra. And there's our answer. Okay, do we have to fill in any more? Do we have who they with? Yeah, and what they liked, and what their favorite animal was. Their lollipop, who they went with, and their yeah, we're good. So you don't actually need the rest anymore. So Ellie went with grandma, had the plooper, and liked the zebra. Emily went with her aunt, liked the giraffe, had the grunge. And Jessica went with her mom. She liked the elephant, and she had the zinger. Okay, so that's a logic puzzle. Yay, not so bad. That's a very easy version. They get more complex. There's some in your handout you could try. Okay, so there's some Sudokus here for you to try, and you can try them. They're in the yellow book, as well as you could finish off that one that's in front of you. Your homework from lesson 4, you still need to complete. So remember, lesson 4 was in your workbook, page 90, numbers 1 to 3, 5, 6, and 8. And when you're done that, you can grab a practice test. So you should do this homework in your workbook, as well as try a few of maybe the logic puzzle in the yellow book and maybe a couple of the Sudokus in the yellow book. Your test will be Wednesday. Okay? All right, so you have lots of time today to finish up homework from this unit. Practice these logic puzzles. Maybe practice your deductive proofs if you're still struggling. And then get studying for your test this Wednesday. Okay?